Hi, dear Ronnie. Thank you for being here. It's nice to see what you do here. Can you explain the engine model again?
Okay, yes, I'm very pleased to do that. So there are of course several elements in the engine model, but if we only look at the kind of scheduling the studies, the engineers will have to do the 4-year studies, and the idea in the engine model is that they will study almost whole of the first year here at the university, and then from second year onwards they can do so that they are 2 days at the university and 3 days at the company. And of course, it depends a little bit on the company. It is sometimes possible that they will be 3 days at the university and 2 days at the company, but they will have the same curriculum as the traditional students will have, but the practical part of the learning will be done in the company. So they will apply the same theory that they study at the university. During the same week, they will be able to connect the practice to the theory. So that is how it will go. And the development work will be directly linked to the courses or study modules that they are doing during the 4 years. So that is very briefly how the model looks like from the student studying point of view.
Yes, it's interesting and I think it sounds reasonable. What do you think are the main success factors for this model?
Yes, again, starting from the student perspective, of course, he learns skills, things about the working environment, about the company processes that we are not able to maybe tell very clearly at the university. So that is they will have more knowledge about the surrounding issues there. From a university point of view, of course, it will help us a lot when we have a close contact with the companies. So I think our teacher staff will gain a lot of knowledge and can update also the knowledge. And from company perspective, of course, they get workforce for their benefit, but also the fresh ideas, theories should go from the university to the company, so that those can all the companies involved can also develop their processes. So I think there are a lot of benefits.
Yes, and I think the practical experience of the students and the linkage of practical and theoretical knowledge is a main factor.
Yes,
I think.
that's true.
But now you are establishing the model. Are there things you're afraid of? Do you see maybe some weaknesses or some what?
Yes.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think there are some points that we have to look at carefully, and of course it is that the students will get also the academic knowledge or the theory, so that they will not be only working at the company. So that is maybe the risk, that they are too enthusiastic, and maybe sometimes the employer also may require them to do a lot of work, so that they will also have the theory knowledge. And then of course that the projects are challenging enough, so that they are not basic things that they do at the workplace. So for the students, that they also get challenging tasks. So I think that is, and then of course that if the student is working in a small company or with a very narrow scope, I think there is a risk that he might be having a very narrow focused learning. So we have to make sure that he will get a network of students, and he will visit at the university and have the lectures to get a wide perspective also to those topics. So that it's not too limited.
Okay, of course, when you establish those practical periods instead of laboratories here at the university, that is important, and of course it might be a weakness. How will you guarantee that the companies guarantee yes, some kind of academic standard with their tasks the students have to deal with.
Yes, it's important that we train or we explain to the companies what is our curriculum, what are the requirements for learning, and also that we have a continuous review process after each semester or academic year. We look and carefully evaluate that did we succeed in this, and immediately then discuss if there are some issues. But of course then we must have a close contact with the students, that they will also get support from the university, and that we review the projects before they start, and so forth. So I'm very confident that we can do it, but of course it requires that we have then time. We have also from the university a person who will then have a look at it. So we cannot leave the student alone.
Yes, so you must be very enthusiastic for doing this.
Yeah.
So, and so what will happen if the companies give an only basic task? So
well, I think
will you kick them off or something?
Yeah, I think in the worst case, yes, that we have to tell to the companies that if they don't do the commitment that we want, then the student will come back to university and he will study with the traditional group. But of course, we first try to discuss and agree with the company.
Okay, and yeah, what amount or what number of interests or interested companies do you have already, and yeah, how the model is seen by the companies?
Yes, we have 8 companies who have kind of enrolled to this model, but then we have actually taken in some students who are working in other than these 8 companies. So altogether we have around 15 companies, and then we have some big companies who have promised to take more than 1 student. So we are very close to the 20, which is our target number for the first year, the starting number.
Okay, that sounds very good.
Yeah.
Yes, I think my questions are completely answered. Thank you for the discussion.
Thank you, Martin. My pleasure.